think I was kind of stuck in the perpetual, well, I'll work on my fitness tomorrow, you know, and it's every day, it's always tomorrow, it's always tomorrow. And for me, I'm very much a, if I don't have the fitness and the exercise, then the diet just goes by the wayside too. So it kind of gave me the guardrails of like, all right, here's what's acceptable, here's what's not, and brought me into a little bit more of, and put me on the path to achieving my goals that I ultimately wanted to. Well, a key difference for me was that, you know, you really worked with me to make sure that I not only understood what I needed to do, but how to do it. And, you know, some of the exercises I've been doing a really long time, you helped me with my form, and you also helped me with, you know, just the basics of, you know, look at all the different ways I can do curls. That's probably my favorite exercise. It's like, wow, yeah, give me more ways to do that. So it keeps it kind of fun and exciting, whereas I'm not just stuck in the same regimen of, you know, do 3x10 bicep curls every day and just keep going up by 5 pounds every few weeks. So I think that kind of portion of it, it's still kind of kept with what I like to do and what I can get excited about doing, but also keeping it different so I'm not kind of the blah. Yeah, and the thing about it is, in the past I was on a very strict meal plan. It was very boring, you know, bland food, and the way you have it structured gives me a little bit more freedom with it, but still keeps me kind of centered. Like, I'll never forget, I was telling you about how I went out to get some wings, and you're like, okay, that's fine, but add a salad, you know. So it's like, so I'm like looking at like, all right, with the 20% of the time that I know I can be a little, you know, less healthy, I guess, is still add in, you know, kind of other foods to help balance the diet. Which really helps, I think, with the longevity of it, because you don't just get in that, all right, I'm gonna eat insane for a month or so and then just be, you know, dying for candy the whole time, and eventually, because once you go off the track, it's really hard to get back on. My biggest win? I'd say, well, I think mine's isn't necessarily like a single point or a single moment. It's more like all-inclusively, I feel great. Like, I feel really good. I have more energy to get out of the bed in the morning, you know, get dressed. I'm not like sluggish anymore. I feel good. My clothes fit better. I mean, at the end of the day, it expanded my wardrobe to clothes I used to wear 5 years ago, but I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that shirt in a while. Yeah. Now it fits, and you know, and the thing about it too is when you start to get a little bloated and you're heavier, you know, if you do want to, let's say, go buy a new shirt or wardrobe of any kind, it's like, well, I don't want to do that because I'm heavier than I'd like to be. So I don't want to, you know, dress or spend money towards a wardrobe or a size that I don't plan to stay at, because it's always the tomorrow side of things. So it helps me feel more confident in like any type of my decisions there too. So that part's pretty neat. I'd say a better question is, have I? And the answer is yes, I already have. So cool. Absolutely. Yeah, I do actually. So one thing I noticed that I think really exceeded my expectations was just working with you in general. In the past, I've had more of a, kind of felt more of a number, like, all right, this is another, you know, customer I just have to service, whereas you put a little bit more of a personal touch. And what's great for me is injuries have been a huge part of my past, and that's been so stifling and I guess prohibited me, like, all right, I really have to stop what I'm doing for X period of time. And again, as soon as you start to fall off, it's really hard to get back on. But you were inventive and creative enough in a way that you found ways I could keep working out, but we'll just find ways that we can even still work similar muscles but not impact my injury or make it worse. And at the end of the day, I was able to continue to exercise and keep a good diet, and now I'm healed and I don't feel like I have to start all over again, which I thought was great. And I mean, you were very consistent on reaching out to me and you know, asking me how I'm doing, stretching me out, things like that. So that part I would say was really, I guess, where you went above and beyond.